improvements in quality of health care. I think government, and this may surprise you since I'm a conservative, I think government has to lead, because government is the largest single purchaser in the system. And in particular, the Medicare bill is a very important center of this, because Medicare is the largest single purchaser in the entire system, including all of government. And for government to not lead guarantees that you don't have the ability to change things. No private corporation has the purchasing power or the ability to reshape the health system. And in this sense, I guess I'm a Theodore Roosevelt Republican. In fact, if I were going to characterize on health where I come from, I'm a Theodore Roosevelt Republican in that I believe government can lead and that regulatory leading is okay. Roosevelt set up the Food and Drug Act. So I think it is legitimate to have the government take a leading role. I like having the private sector deliver within a framework set by the government. So I like knowing that the government has made sure that the airplane I get on is safe, but I'm very happy to have a private company run the airplane. I'm happy to walk into McDonald's knowing that the water is drinkable and the beef is actually beef. But I'm happy to have a private company providing the food. I don't want a government-run commissary. But I do like the idea of the government as regulator. I think that's totally legitimate. The second place I come from is as an Eisenhower Republican. Eisenhower proposed in 1955 the interstate highway system. And it was initially an anti-nuclear war national defense system. All those roads you use to go on vacation, and all the roads our trucking industry uses to deliver things inexpensively, was designed as a national security thing. And I would suggest you can take the Eisenhower model and apply it to biological threats of building biocommunications, and you can justify a substantial investment in information technology just like Eisenhower. And I would suggest you can decide on best outcomes and patient safety just like Theodore Roosevelt. And you can have, and I say this as a Republican because a lot of my conservative friends will say, oh my gosh, how can you be saying this? And I think that is to misread the history of the last 100 years in the United States. Government has to take a leading role. And when you look at what's going to happen to Medicare, government also has the biggest stake, and the taxpayer has the biggest stake. Look at the staggering increase in the number of people who will be on Medicare, 39.6 million in 2000 to 76.8 million in 2030. Almost everybody in this room is younger than the baby boomers. I want you to think about the tax burden you're going to have in 2030 if we don't find a way to dramatically improve Medicare. I mean, if Medicare goes up, in fact, there's a number, you showed me the data, that government, that this becomes, the next page actually. According to the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, it will become 25% of the federal budget by Medicare and Medicaid become 25% of the federal budget by 2009. So anybody who hopes to ever get back to a balanced budget, you had better think about transforming healthcare. It is impossible to get to a balanced budget without transforming the health system. I don't care what you do.